today. NBC 10 News, your local news leader. Live from your local news leader, this is NBC 10 News Today.
Sterlington's mayor wants to introduce a new sales tax to help the town pay its debt, but business owners say not so fast. They've got other ideas. Details coming up.
And 2 states in the ARPA list making abortion decisions this week as pro-choice activists call for a national day of action today. More on the heated debate next.
Plus, Ruston continues to pick up the pieces. The update from Governor John Bell Edwards on recovery efforts after a tornado devastates the city and surrounding areas. Good morning. It is 5 a.m. I'm Randy Ayala.
I'm Chris Emergent. Hey, I got to check my hair. Hang on.
Chris is obsessed with himself, but nothing is new.
No.
Reed, how are we doing today? Happy Tuesday. The same?
Yeah.
The same from yesterday?
What?
Same.
Weather?
No. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Your mental health, your well-being.
Same.
Oh.
Nice.
Not much has changed there either.
You're lucky. My mental health has changed in the last 24 hours.
Hopefully going up, right? Getting better?
I got 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that's
better than yesterday. You only
better
got
than
2
2.
hours.
Yeah.
You got a day off on your horizon yet, Chris?
Tomorrow.
TBD.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Chris is trying to come in on his day off.
Well,
you have to appreciate the dedication, but the man needs some rest.
Well, I want to help out, the new employees that are set to come on the new horizon soon, and help out the current employees as well.
We can't do it without you, huh?
Of KTV,
I see what you're
KRD.
saying.
Chris hasn't showered in like weeks. Randy's getting tired of it. You need a day off, Chris. We're going to do it for you. We got some warm weather outside. Hopefully taking a shower. Temperatures really climbing up there near 90. A couple spotty showers expected this afternoon. And we are looking at drier conditions by the end of the week. Looking outside, still dark outside. Sun comes up at 6:06. Keep our eyes out there for you. Got all your forecast details in a few minutes. That's your forecast first.
Thank you, Reed. The mayor of Louisiana's fastest growing town says Sterlington may have to tax its way out of debt, but one business owner says he won't survive.
That's right, Randy. One alderman tells NBC 10's Chelsea Jones he has some ideas that don't include raising taxes.
For 50 years, Napa Auto Parts has sat off of Highway 2 in Sterlington. Over the last few years, business has been less than booming, with sales dropping 14%.
We have competitors, in the near area that is not affected by this.
So when the idea to implement a sales tax near 13%, Ray Lowry and his wife say they had to start thinking of alternatives.
We might just consider moving across the river or somewhere like that.
The town is in debt over $500,000. Lowry thinks the new sports complex is the town's biggest cash cow, but it hasn't been raking in the dollars the town so desperately needs.
Find a way to turn that around and make it profitable rather than be a financial burden.
And that's what Alderman Brian McCarthy, along with other members of the board, are hoping to do. The first being selling local advertisements for the sports complex.
It makes about $300,000 a year selling signs. Well, that's in the neighborhood of what this tax is projected to bring.
Other ideas include a mobile app to encourage people to shop local while using that complex. It starts with making a plan.
We've got a list of them. We've got what the revenue target is. We've got a probability. And we sit there and we work through the list in a very pragmatic way.
The tax is set to go to vote next Tuesday.
But it wasn't our creation, it was theirs. And therefore, why should we be penalized?
If the tax does in fact pass, and we start to see some revenue coming in from these other ideas, there's nothing that stops us from lowering the tax to zero.
In Sterlington, Chelsea Jones, NBC 10, your local news leader.
Winsboro facing some financial trouble as well. An independent audit shows the city ended the last budget year with a general fund deficit of more than $417,000. The independent auditor also noted several repeat findings, including failing to reconcile several town accounts and subsidiary ledgers with the general ledger, failing to report and remit unclaimed property to the state, failing to properly record transfers between funds, and failing to remit payroll taxes and retirement plan contributions in a timely manner.
On to a crime alert. Monroe police say they are searching for a man wanted for rape. He is 24-year-old Christopher Towns. They've released no information about the allegations. Police say Towns may have short hair and may be in the Washington Street or Adams area. If you see him or know where he is, call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen.
Prosecutors plan to seek the death penalty for the man charged with killing an Alabama police officer and wounding 2 more. Police captured 29-year-old Grady Wilkes yesterday morning. They say he opened fire on 3 Auburn police officers who answered a family dispute call. Yet last night, Officer William Beekner died after being airlifted to a nearby hospital. One wounded officer already has been treated and released. The other is expected to be okay. Auburn Police Chief says Beekner is the first officer to be killed in the line of duty in at least 3 decades.
You know, this is not the kind of thing that we're used to have happening here, but we are not immune to things that can happen, and so this will be difficult for us, but we mainly intend to rally around each other and the families and just get through this together.
Investigators say Wilkes was in the military for a number of years. He was wearing body armor, firing an AR-15. Wilkes also is charged with attempted murder and domestic violence.
The battle intensifies over a hot-button issue of abortion. House lawmakers in Baton Rouge could pass a so-called heartbeat bill this week. It would ban abortion in Louisiana as early as a woman's 6th week of pregnancy. The Senate has already approved the bill, but the measure would only go into effect if the U.S. Supreme Court overturns Roe versus Wade. In all, 30 states have now introduced restrictive abortion measures. A number of abortion rights groups are calling for a national day of action today across all 50 states. The ACLU and Planned Parenthood among the groups urging supporters to protest online with the hashtag #StopTheBans. Mississippi's abortion ban will face a test in federal court today. Governor Phil Bryant signed a heartbeat bill in March banning abortion as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy in Mississippi. But the state's only abortion clinic is taking the bill to court and asking the judge to strike it down. Both the clinic and state's attorneys will make their arguments at a U.S. district court. Some experts say Judge Carlton Reeves is likely to issue a preliminary injunction.
Almost 1 month later, Ruston has made big strides in recovering from its deadly tornado, and more help is coming. Governor John Bel Edwards says that damage assessments have determined that 89 homes were destroyed, and repairs or replacements to property total just under $6 million. That estimate rises to more than $11 million spread over Lincoln, Morehouse, and Union parishes. The governor believes that should meet the threshold for federal grants or loans, and that Louisiana Tech and Ruston will come out stronger.
The facilities will be better, and we're going to make sure that we take significant efforts to mitigate against future risks of damage to the university and to the city of Ruston.
The governor says his most memorable impression is seeing the number of tech students volunteering to help clean up campus and the entire Ruston community.
Heads up, if your trip to work or shopping takes you down Levee Drive in Monroe, it's been closed temporarily while city engineers work on pump station repairs. The road will be closed from 9 today until 1 in the afternoon. They sacrifice so much to keep our country free, and yet there are hundreds of homeless veterans living on the streets of the Arklamas. Our second annual Homeless Veterans Food Drive is now underway.
Last year, we collected 10.5 tons of food. NBC 10 is partnering with the United Way, the Wellspring, and Max Fresh Markets, once again this year. You can drop off any non-perishable food items at any Max Fresh Market, the Jackson Street Church of Christ, the First United Methodist Church in Monroe, and right here at the NBC 10 studios in West Monroe. Together, we can get our homeless veterans the support they need.
West Monroe's drive-thru only Chick-fil-A is set to reopen. Chick-fil-A's Facebook page says the restaurant's original location at 203 Thomas Road will reopen this fall. It closed after flooding in 2016, if you recall.
That is good news.
Yes.
Love Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
Quicker lines now.
Can we get some after the show?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's think about it. Let's think of, we have to calorie count.
No, I'm not calorie count.
It's summer.
No,
All right,
I don't
coming up. A special day for 2 men who marched in war.
As they finally get the chance to march across the stage. But first, here's Reed with that fish and game forecast.
It is a warm and humid start outside. Dew points in the 70s. Feels like summer. Only 5 months to go until cooler weather returns. So it's going to be muggy outside. Something you got to get used to. I got more forecast details when we come back. First, here's a look at your fishing game forecast.